Welcome back to another day. You know what? I'm about to change this title. This is gonna be a long interview too. The downfall. Delete. Yeah, and I just had an idea. All right, I changed the title because this is the downfall, and I'm going way back to the beginning. I had to go through and find some stuff, and then I'm gonna play video of my girl fame versus sacrifice, so madame, on what she said about P. Diddy. So this gonna be a long interview. It is what it is. I canceled my job today, excuse me, because it was raining and now the rain will stop and I should have kept that job. But anyway, I'm staying in today. I'm staying in. How y'all doing? Happy New Year. Hope y'all had a happy holiday. I don't celebrate, but hope y'all did. I know this is my second week being off from my main job. But damn, now I wish I would have kept that second job. Shit, today. That's scheduled. Damn. But anyway, how y'all doing? So we going way back. Oh shoot, I got a offer. Oh, I guess I'll take that. All right. Now where my notes at? So first off, it came out. Do y'all like my different backdrops? I got like three or four of them. And then I got my little LED like from Timo. It was like $4. That's it. It's making noise. I'm trying to keep it. But anyway, it came out during the downfall of Diddy and Jay Z. Kamala Harris was associated with him. That during her 2020 campaign for president, where she didn't get one primary vote or delegate vote, electoral vote, he hosted a town hall for her on Revolt TV. And then people came out and said that, he paid for her town hall and and he paid for the staff and all that kind of stuff. But the title is Kamala Harris tweet thinking Sean Diddy Combs resurfaces after his arrest in sex trafficking case didn't age well. So in that message, she mentioned the gratitude was spent, was sent to him for hosting her town hall on racial inequality for her campaign. And it went, thank you, Diddy, for hosting this town hall last night. There's a lot at stake for our communities right now, and it's crucial we bring to the forefront how coronavirus is perpetuating racial inequality and health disparities. And that was her tweet, April 20th of 2020. Let me see if I could do this. Okay. Oh, and then these were some of the comments that people tweeted. And her word salad. They said, I'm burdened by the past support at Diddy. And then another comment said, did you bring the baby oil, Kamaya? Ooh. Okay, so here's the backdrop. In a 14-page unsealed indictment, Combs was accused of luring female victims and male sex workers into into being drugged up, often days, for long sexual performances, dubbed freak offs. Now they saying that during this time, like if you mix that date drug with alcohol, how they have you knocked out, and he had ambulance on standby. Anyone needed an ambulance after they awoke, rear end toe up, or they sugar walls toe up, and how these people woke up from being unconscious. I don't know. I just wouldn't want to sleep with somebody who was unconscious. I mean, how do you enjoy that? But I guess you can do whatever you want to do without them resisting. I assume so. So here's what we know about the allegations. Combs was arrested at a New York hotel. Prosecutors alleged Combs participated in sex trafficking and freak off parties. And see, that's because he was flying people across state lines. But if you're an adult, I don't see how that matters. But anyway, um, Sean Diddy Combs' home in LA and Miami were raided. We all know that by Homeland Security. And that's another thing that really struck me. Homeland Security. Homeland Security normally don't get into individual citizens' affairs. This what made me think that this was something being planned or orchestrated from higher ups, the powers that be, to use Homeland Security. I don't remember Homeland Security ever raiding an individual American citizen home at all. I remember that's the FBI. Maybe sometimes the CIA, depending on it's an international crime, but mainly it's the FBI or your local law enforcement when it comes to whatever crime is being committed in that jurisdiction. But I found that to be strange. Um, Authorities targeted the rapper's home to seize phones and computers, sources were told. Now, this is all recap and we get into the new stuff. This is going to be a long video, come in and out. The women who were often seduced under the pretense of a romantic relationship would then um, pl- be supplied with drugs in a bid to keep them obedient and compliant. That's what I'm saying. How do you want to have sex with someone who is incapacitated, don't know what's going on? Well, I guess because they don't feel no pain, I suppose. You could do whatever you want to do and just call it a day. Ain't nothing they can do because they unconscious, I guess. So, uh-uh. The indictment revealed that officials discovered 1,000 bottles of baby oil, as well as three AR-15s in Combs Match in Miami and Las Vegas. The bottles were allegedly used for freak offs, but they wasn't just baby oil. It was they had GHB, that date rape drug, in it too as well. So according to this baby oil, Combs allegedly hit, kicked, threw objects at, and dragged victims at times by their hair, according to the indictment. And he said they would freak off for days. I know they were sore. How could you not be sore after something like that? Days of I can't even imagine doing that for days. Knowing what I want to. Shit, that take too much energy. Shit. The rapper allegedly threatened victims' careers and livelihoods if they refused to participate in these freak offs. And Mary J. Blige said that those freak offs or going to the Diddy party was a rites of passage. It was a way to open up a door to elevate your career. And I remember Noriega saying that when execs called him in when he had that hit. Dang, was it Whoa? No, it was another one. But anyway, he said he was presented three doors. He said, I don't know if door one was the homosexual door, if door two was the sacrifice door, or door three was a path where you can go straight. So he said he told him I choose the door to go straight on my own. And they said they was like good luck, young man. And he never had a hit after that. And that's the point. So these parties were rites of passage to make it up in the industry, just like Quincy Jones was. P Diddy no more than a gatekeeper. Quincy Jones a gatekeeper of all the men that he slept with and the careers that he got going. Quincy Jones, Will Smith, his first homosexual movie was 6 Degrees of Separation. You know, Quincy Jones, LL Cool J, and he went with one of Quincy Jones' daughters too. But then he started acting, and his first what was that movie with that series with Debbie Allen? Dang, what was the name of it? Full House or In the House or something like that. Quincy Jones, gatekeeper. The Jacksons went through Quincy Jones. Um, but it was somebody else. Tupac went with Quincy Jones, one of his daughters, and he told it how Quincy Jones propositioned him to sleep with him to advance his career. Tupac said this. So, like Diddy was only a he was a gatekeeper. He was until he pissed the powers that be off, and they was like, "Let me show you something. You still a N word. You feel me? You still black, and we gonna show you." Cause he thought he was all that, and I can't imagine what he going through from having a private chef to eating bologna on hard white bread with a piece of cheese and a milk and no condiments. I went to jail one day, and after that bologna sandwich and a carton of milk and sleeping on a car, well, I didn't sleep on a concrete bench. I said, "Oh, I know I can't do this. They ain't never got to worry about me. Mm-mm. They ain't never." And listen, if I get into it's a traffic ticket, you can believe that. Following Diddy's arrest, the lawyer said, "We are disappointed with the decision to pursue what we believe is an unjust prosecution of Mr. Combs by the U.S. Attorney General office." This is his lawyer's statement. "He is an imperfect person, but is not a criminal. To his credit, Mr. Combs has been nothing but cooperative with this investigation, and he voluntarily relocated to New York last week in anticipation of these charges." Combs has also been slapped with a slew of other lawsuits during the past year by people who allege he subjected them to physical or sexual abuse during the height of his fame as a producer in the 90s and 2000s. Now, also what came out, because this recap and the downfall of both of them, I'm just going to put them together than to do them separate because I don't know how my information going to come up. P. Diddy is also reportedly kept damaging information and footage on Barack Obama and Michelle Obama. They ain't gonna release that. You can believe that they gave Obama back them tapes. Now, the fact that he has stuff on political figures, people in high places, now I can see why they use Homeland Security. This came from somebody higher up. It did, and they need to get them tapes and all that footage of themselves out of that house because apparently he got Prince Harry on there, Ashton Kutcher, not just Jay Z, Oh, also Jay Z, Justin Bieber, DiCaprio, Leonardo DiCaprio. Shoot, it's a host of people. Shoot, that needed that tape back. But if you high up in the political spectrum. And you, Barack Obama, married to Michelle, Joan Rivers said that. Now, here go a list of who on the freak offs that I got so far. That these are the people that attended Diddy freak offs. Yellow Beezy, TD Jakes, Bankroll Freddie. Who was Bankroll Freddie? I don't know who that is. Usher, Steve Stout, Russell Simmons, Stevie J, Eve, Aaron Hall, Jay Z, Beyonce, Rick Ross, Dr. Dre, Meek Mill, Drake, LeBron James. We know LeBron James. The Game. The Game used to live with him for 2 years. That gave me a whole new view on the Game. Justin Bieber, Little Rod, Cuba Gooding Jr., Stevie J. I said him already, didn't I? Usher, Young Miami, Daphne Joy. Who was that? TD Jakes, Chris Brown, Jada Ramsey, Kim Kardashian, Ray J. Now they saying that they was involved in a freak offs too. Clive Davis. Well, we know Clive Davis and Diddy had a 5-year relationship. Clive Davis taught him everything you know. And you don't hear nothing from Clive Davis about none of these accusations. Clive Davis ain't said a word. Now that's a fact. Tyler Perry, Oprah Winfrey, Samuel Jackson, and Puffy's mom. Now it is a tape out there that they said, and apparently she is not really his mom. His mom passed away, that he's his aunt who raised him. And apparently there is a tapes out there where he allegedly slept with his so-called mom auntie, and as well that she was attending at these freak offs as well. And if that, just think if that is his real mother, that allegedly he slept with his real mom, but other reports said that's his aunt, that his mom passed away. I get real thirsty. So I don't, you know, but that's the list so far of who attended these freak offs. Y'all want me to go through these names again? Yellow Beezy, Jakes, Bankroll Freddie, Usher, Steve Stout, Russell Simmons, Stevie J, Eve, Aaron Hall, Jay Z, Dr. Dre, Rick Ross. It's pictures of him and Rick Ross kissing. Meek Mill. There's that video where Diddy was tearing Meek Mill up, and he was really happy about it, it seemed. Drake, LeBron James, The Game. Like I said before, The Game lived with him for 2 years. Justin Bieber, Little Rod, Cooper Gooden Jr., Young Miami, Daphne Joy, Chris Brown, Jada Ramsey, Kim Kardashian, Ray J, Clive Davis. Like I said, they had a 5-year relationship, him and Clive Davis. Tyler Perry, Oprah Winfrey, Samuel Jackson, like I just said, Puffy's mom. So then it came out that Al B. Sure said that Kim's lost words that's supposed to be memoir of hers, that it was a fake. He believes Kim's original book notes are likely in federal custody. This is me when I was young, y'all. I think I was in ninth grade. Okay, let me get to the next report. Uh, I guess I got to do Eric Adams and these doggone migrants. Oh shit! No, that's Michigan. No, we don't want. Every time I have all this stuff set up, it go left, don't it? It go left. Okay. So now, time Diddy Combs did he agreed to pay $6 million in hush money to a male escort who insisted he disgraced rap mogul sex. He was his sex slave, and he was that immigrant man. He didn't speak really good English, but he said that he was Diddy's sex slave. So he agreed to pay that man $6 million, and in this amount for appearing hush money and cover up. Excuse me. He said he was hired to have sex with Diddy and rapper's ex girlfriend, Cassie Ventura. The man did sign an NDA, non disclosure agreement, was designed to bar the sex worker from discussing his drug induced sex tyrant with Diddy or disparaging information on him and Ventura. The escort said his Florida based attorney approached the rapper who has been accused of racketeering, sex trafficking, transportation to engage in prostitution several years ago and negotiated the payment in return for his silence. It settled the individual's civil legal claims against Diddy, including misconduct and sex trafficking. Remember, I said it was that man who went to the police and told it is him because they said that they not going to release his name, but ultimately he ended up telling his story to federal prosecutors and recently testified before the grand jury, which is wow. See, I didn't know that. Sometimes it is good to recap. The previous unreported settlement was negotiated on behalf of Diddy by Mark Gragos, the famed Los Angeles based attorney who represented Michael Jackson. Oh, he also is the attorney for the Mendez brothers. And he also represented Chris Brown, Wyoming Ryder, and Scottie Pittman. And his daughter, Terry Gragos, is one of the three attorneys representing Diddy. So, according, even though they did an NDA on the silver part and he paid his sex plays that male escort $6 million, the civil settlement did not prevent the man from telling his version of what happened between him and Ventura, federal prosecutors, and the grand jury. However, but civil and criminal is two different things. However, a source connected to the defense said the U.S. Attorney's Office should be careful hitching its wagon to the individual who was subject of the payment, suggesting it would undermine the Fed's case. You can expect the defense will argue anyone who engaged with Diddy did so consensually and for their own reasons, whether that was money, career advancement, or romantic interest. There are also instances when people engage in extortion because Diddy was a high profile target because of his campaign. To be a victim, come on, StreamYard. Come on, StreamYard. That's why I signed up for Restream. I'm gonna do my next video on Restream. The source said, "How can someone alleged to be a victim if they shook someone down and ended up profiting millions of dollars?" That is a good defense. The allegations against Diddy have exploded ever since he was indicted on charges of racketeering and conspiracy. Okay, I'm not going to read that. So the feds also said that these freak off parties were akin to sex orgies, no kidding, occurred at matches or in hotel rooms where heavy security surrounded them and all involve heavy gallons and large quantities of baby oil and lubricants. Evidence was presented to the grand jury about Diddy's association to the witness. We all know he pleaded not guilty. Oh, I can't wait to do this next video. The American dream is dead. It's dead. I'm gonna do something on World War III. Oh, I still got oh, I gotta do Big Meech. He Detroit. I'm Detroit. Oh, that's Big Meech. Oh yeah, I gotta do Big Meech. I am gonna do Kamala Harris' dad with his Marxist self. So I do want to do that. That's something I've been wanting to do. Oh yeah, I got to do that. See, I got these articles spread out. This is all Trump. This dirt. I gotta do dirt by itself. Dirt might get out. So then, after all this, a second victim came out. And it's on TMZ because it ain't true if it ain't on TMZ. That's another government platform. According to legal docs, TMZ said Diddy's attorneys attacked the government's claim that there was a potential second victim of Diddy's alleged trafficking operation. And his attorneys were saying that lady was not a victim at all. And the lawyers also said that Diddy never tried to obstruct the prosecutor's investigation by contacting the alleged second victim and the feds were fully aware of that. The attorneys say the government misled the court and concealed the true facts during Diddy's first bail hearing, September 16th. Now, Diddy tried 4 times to get bail. He might as well give it up. They not letting him out. He not getting out. And I know he gonna have to accept that as a reality. But I don't think he gonna make it. He gonna either off himself or somebody else gonna do it. I don't think he gonna make it. I don't. So victim 1 is Cassie, and his attorneys said they had 11-year relationship, but the first allegation by the accuser came 5 years after couple's 2018 split, November 2023. What's more, the lawyers say evidence points to a clear case of extortion by Cassie, who demanded $30 million from Diddy to purchase the right to a tell tell all book about their relationship. Oh, this NBA young boy. Now I don't know how I flicked over here. Lord, I got FEMA mixed up in this. This is a shame before the Lord. I got to do better. Oh, we gotta talk about Tom Holman. He gonna get all of them up out of here. He gonna get them up out of here. He ain't nothing to play with, I tell you that. Lord, I'm trying to get through all this. Like I said, this gonna be a long video. Yeah, it's a long article. Oh my God. I wonder, can you put stuff like in folders on your phone? Then I could prioritize this stuff. That's my grip. Are we gonna do? So then the next thing came out. Federal prosecutors provide evidence that Diddy paid off Kalana Harper. Diddy is officially being accused of contacting witnesses to speak on his behalf. Although it had been rumored that Kalina Harper has was potentially paid off by the mogul, nothing has been substantiated. Now prosecutors claim they have found evidence to support their allegation. Harper was a member of Diddy's Dirt Money crew alongside Don Richards, denied who recently denied her lawsuit's claims. Federal investigators claim to have obtained a note from Diddy's cell during a recent prison sweep. Court documents revealed that the note could prove he paid off a key witness, Harper, referred to as witness two. And if they did, they would not be able to use that evidence in trial if it was taken out of his cell without permission. They're not going to be able to use that evidence. They claim the witness September 13th Instagram post came coincidentally after they renewed contact. Investigators allege found note in Diddy's seal indicating he paid off a woman. This is her. This is Harper. That's Harper. Harper, who is suspected to be witness to, did in fact make a post on the assumed date and denied claims of abuse against Diddy. I acknowledge the recent lawsuit filed by Don Richards, in which my name has been mentioned 33 times, Harper wrote in September 13th. While I fully respect Don's right to recount her experiences, I want to emphasize that her account reflects her own personal perspective, should not be interpreted as universal truth. I gave y'all the list of who was on the client list. Mm-mm. So then he was accused of taking the jury pool, that he was trying to obstruct justice. A review of recorded calls from the Metropolitan Detention Center revealed Combs used the telephone accounts at least of at least 8 inmates to allegedly evade monitoring. They also alleged he paid the inmates through intermediaries in violation of the rules. Combs had also used three-way calls to reach certain individuals not on the approved contact list and had used a non-authorized third-party system to send hundreds of texts to dozens of individuals, including those not on the list. I didn't even know this. That's why we're doing this recap. The new allegations were revealed in a court filing late Friday as federal prosecutors argue Combs should not be entitled to another bail hearing. He done had both. You're not getting out, Diddy. Since the defendant has been in custody, he has continued to try to evade law enforcement monitoring, corruptly influence witness testimony, and further attack the integrity of these proceedings. Prosecutors say that while attempting to evade law enforcement monitoring, the defendant has, among other things, orchestrated social media campaigns that are, in his own words, aimed at tainting the jury pool, made efforts to publicly leak materials he views as helpful to his case, and contacted witnesses through third parties. Excuse me. The latest legal filing in the case comes 1 week after Judge Aaron Sumerian rejected Combs' attempt to silence all potential witnesses, saying Combs' concerns do not outweigh any accuser's right to free speech. So she put a gag order on Combs. Wow. I didn't know that. Well, he been denied bail 4 times. So then, after all this, they did a sweep of Diddy's cell. And then Diddy came out and said that, they took important notes and stuff that he had from his attorneys. Lawyers for Sean Diddy Combs accused prosecutors on Monday of engaging in outrageous government conduct by using materials seized from his jail cell to try to keep him incarcerated before the May trial. Anything they took unauthorized cannot be used as testimony, and they're gonna have to throw that out. It's not gonna be able to be used as evidence against him if they can prove that it was seized unauthorized through what was in his cell. They won't be able to use that. They said information gathered in the raid were cited in papers the government filed in Manhattan federal court on Friday in a bid to keep the music mogul locked up. This is a matter of grave concern that most respectfully must be addressed immediately, the lawyers told Judge Suburban, who already has scheduled a bail hearing for Friday. They requested a meeting hearing so prosecutors can explain who authorized the search of Combs' cell, where personal effects and paperwork were seized. So the prosecutors responded and said that that was a jail-wide search of all um, cells. They said the search was planned before Combs was arrested and properly carried out with an investigator who entered Combs' cell and decided to not examine a manila envelope labeled legal that was in his cell. They added that any potentially privileged materials were viewed first by a filtered team of government lawyers not working on the case. Like they not gonna tell you what it is, and if it's something of substance or important, like you not gonna find out. And maybe they take a picture. Come on now. That's a lie. The team was tasked with weeding out any confidential communication protected by attorney-client privilege so that trial prosecutors couldn't see them. That's a lie. I do not believe that at all. I do not believe that. Combs 55 has been held since September. We know that. Then the judge set an emergency bond hearing. I think I did a video on Lake and Riley. I believe I did. Oh, we gotta talk about Fulton County. Oh, we gotta talk about that. Let me delete this. Well, I gotta set me a hair appointment, y'all. Let me get rid of that. Oh yeah, I'm getting close up to date now. And dang on migrants, they gotta go. They gotta get up out of here. So we know that Damian Williams, he is the DA of New York, and he is the one that's prosecuting Diddy and Trump, and he resigned. So it's going to be interesting who take over the case and Trump is setting. Come on, stream. Probably was gonna lose his job anyway. So do y'all remember when P. Diddy bail request included him being on a private island and having bodyguards? He should have known that wasn't gonna work. Y'all remember that? Then they moved get a bond at his New York apartment, which they should have probably did in the first place. And plus the $50 million bond. That was that. So his lawyers keep saying that this is an unjust prosecution. Then after all this, and I do got a video, it's about 8 minutes on this guy from Detroit, who is in Jackson prison doing life. He did $100 million claim against Diddy, Derek Lee Cardello. And because Diddy and his attorneys didn't show up, the judge awarded him $100 million. That has since been pulled back. Lenawee County Circuit Court judge granted the award to Cardello, an inmate who filed a lawsuit against Combs, accusing him of drugging and sexually assaulting him 30 years ago. Combs, 54, has strongly denied all allegations against him. And so when he didn't show up, the judge awarded him the $100 million. Then the video come out of him whipping Cassie behind, and he come out with that apology. Y'all remember that? Which he never should have did. He should have stayed silent. So first Cassie. I'm not reading anything else. And that's who Cassie is, but I'm sure y'all know. She's a beautiful girl. She really is. Then the lawsuit come out from Rodney Little Rod James for being with him for 2 years. And you let this man SAU and do all these things and you still stay with him for 3 years. Who does that? But anyway, February 24th in New York, producer Rodney Little Rod Jones, he said he was subjected to unwanted advances by associates of Diddy at his discretion, at his direction. Why didn't you leave? If you didn't want it, why would you stay? All that money. I mean, everything ain't about money. You know what I'm saying? It's morals and principles involved. Why didn't you leave? Or why didn't you whoop his ass? That part. Cat Williams said you got to tell Diddy no. Why you just say no and whoop his ass? I'm just saying. My glasses be tripping me out. And that he was forced to engage in relations with sex workers Combe had hired. You couldn't say no. Cat Williams said you gotta say no. The producer who worked from Combs between September 2022 and November 23rd, 1 year you took this abuse. And not once did you think of putting hands on that man. I'm just saying. He said Combs sexually harassed him, drugged, and threatened him for more than a year. He said he has a video and audio evidence of Combs, his staff, and others engaging in serious illegal activity. The lawsuit identified rapper 50 Cent's former girlfriend and the mother of one of his children, Daphne Joy, as one of the alleged sex workers. Ooh, that's when 50, y'all remember 50 Cent was pissed. And he went on to try to get custody. I don't know if he got custody of his son by her. He was too through. She never got a chance with him again. Mm. The lawsuit also alleges that Combs regularly hosted sex trafficking parties with underage women and illegal drugs and implies record label executives who looked the other way financially benefited from access to celebrities and dignitaries, including British Royal Prince Harry. That's why Homeland Security was sitting there to get them tapes of Barack and them high profile people. Prince Harry is not accused of any wrongdoing or attending the parties himself. Then Ryan Medelson, 20, who used to live in the area where Combs' Los Angeles property was searched, told reporters he would see parties at the home and women outside until 6 a.m., which was not unusual. He said, I drive by a lot and I see that a lot of the girls, maybe 5 or 6 girls outside, some leaving, some not, some going in. I never thought anything of it, Mr. Mendelson said, who added he did not know Combs lived there until Monday. November 23, Joey Dickerson Neal filed a lawsuit alleging that Combs drugged her, sexually assaulted her, and secretly recorded the assault while she was a college student in 1991. She claimed that Combs pushed her to go to dinner with him, and she agreed reluctantly on January 3rd, 1991, which she alleged she was drugged, resulting being in a physical state where she could not independently stand or walk. This 1991. Where's the statute of limitations? Now, I'm not defending him. Where the statute of limitations? The suit also claims he recorded the assault and showed it to people. She later filed police reports in New York and New Jersey, spoke to prosecutors, but were told by colleagues they were terrified that Combs would retaliate against them and that they would lose future business and music opportunities if they made a statement in the support of her. NBC News reported. Then more women come forward. Two of the women said they were underage at the time of the alleged assaults. They didn't name them. Then it came out with him and Aaron Hall as and another girl in 90 or 91, where she says the singers were very flirtatious and handsy and offered them drinks. Combs and Hall invited them to their after party where the plaintiff was offered more drinks and was coerced into having sex with Combs and was shocked and traumatized afterwards. Hall barged into the room, pinned her down, and forced Jane Doe to have sex with him, according to Rolling Stone magazine. After she spoke to her friend, the plaintiff allegedly found out she had also been forced to have sex with Combs and Hall in another room. Wow. A few days later, Combs allegedly visited the plaintiff and her friend at a home where they were staying, where he became irate and began assaulting and choking Jane Doe to the point that she passed out. Wow. Did y'all know this? I didn't know this. Then in December comes with another one where he drugged and gained. raped a 17-year-old in 2003. And this was at the New York studio. The suit accused Combs of a sex trafficking scheme in which Jane Doe was flown by a private jet from her home in Michigan to New York. Apparently, she was 17 and she lived here with me in Detroit. Yeah. Then Crystal McKinney come out. She filed a new lawsuit claiming the rapper sexually assaulted her at his recording studio in 2003. Ain't no statute of limitation. McKinney said she was a successful 22-year-old model when she met Combs at a restaurant in Men's Fashion Week in Manhattan. Combs invited her to his recording studio later that night. The lawsuit alleged that McKinney arrived to find Combs drinking and smoking marijuana with several other men. She smoked some marijuana, which she later came to understand was laced with a narcotic or intoxicating substance. Hey, y'all. The lawsuit said she alleged that Combs led her to the bathroom where she was forced to perform oral sex on him. Then, after all that, here come April Lampros. She met Diddy while she was a student, claimed Diddy had sexually assaulted her multiple times between 95 and 2000, but you kept going back. You kept going back after the first time. So for 5 years, wow, that's crazy. Lampro said, excuse me, she met the rapper in 1994 while she was a college student at Facet Institute of Technology in New York and interning as an artist, then the parent company of Diddy's label Bad Boy. After meeting her at a bar in New York, she succumbed to pressure to drink alcohol after delusional and violent outbursts. Lampers claimed she began to feel like walls were closing in on her after sipping her drink, and Combs escorted her back to a hotel. The lawsuit alleged Combs forced himself on Lampros despite her protest. Miss Lampros was being raped by Mr. Combs, and she soon passed out. The rapper allegedly love bombed her, and his advances later manifested into an aggressive, coercive, abusive relationship based on sex. You think? The lawsuit also claims that he assaulted her a second time by physically forcing her to perform oral sex in a garage near his apartment in Manhattan. When the student attempted to distance herself from the rapper following assaults, he allegedly gave her gifts and empty promises before turning angry, threatening, and forceful, and claiming he would destroy her career. In 1996, Combs sexually assaulted Lambros for a third time. This is my point. You kept going back. So, did he actually sexually? You wanted the gifts, the money, and the lifestyle. That's why you kept going back. So, for a third time, when he forced her and his ex girlfriend Kim Porter to take ecstasy and have sex together. Combs masturbated while he watched the women together before assaulting Lambros. Lambros said she ended her relationship with Combs 2 years late. 2 years later now. However, when she saw him at an event at Rockefeller Center in the early 2000s, he begged to see her again, and she allowed him to come to her apartment where he kissed and touched her against her will, the lawsuit alleged. So you thought the man changed? And you didn't think the same thing would happen again? Again, you wanted fame, money, and what came with all that abuse. Mm. Now, in 2023, after all these years, Lampros alleges an unidentified man approached her partner at the time and said he had seen a sexual video of Lampros and Combs years earlier. Lampros was informed Mr. Combs apparently recorded them having sex without her knowing and showed it to multiple people. She accuses Combs of withholding payment for work on albums, groping her, making lewd comments, attempting to strike her, throwing household items at her, hosting parties where in inebriated young girls were sexually violated, well, intoxicated, withholding food and other basic necessities during recording, and making death threats when she tried to intervene. Oh, when Richard tried to intervene in alleged abuse against Cole. For nearly a decade, Mr. Combs manipulated, now this is another lady, Miss Richard, with mantras that submission to his depraved demands was necessary for her career advancement, installing in her the belief that such abuse and exploitation were required for female artists to succeed in the music industry. And if you know, Mary J. Blige came out and said that going to a Diddy party, participating in those figure was a rite of passage to open, and I'm paraphrasing this, to open the second door for your career advancement. Where we at? We had an hour. I'm not finished. So I'm about to just end this and I'm gonna do a part two because it was gonna be like 3 hours. I'm coming right back with part two. I'm just gonna end this. No, you know what, before I end this, let me show something on one of my favorite channels. Fame versus sacrifice. Oh. Let me see. And what she said about Diddy, it's a lot, but oh shoot. I don't wanna do that. Okay, we're gonna start with this one. I'm gonna end with this. Let me get to the point. And if you ain't got a neighbor, look at yourself and say she finna bring it to fuck a night. We can jump into it. So do it. I ain't gonna tarry too long tonight, y'all. But folks been asking me. He said, so madam, can you tell us about P. Diddy? He said you was right about what you said in the other video. But can you talk about what's going on with him at this moment? Come on, let's do it. Not too long ago,
He said that he's tried her. He sexually battered her, sexually assaulted her. And she went that after she had a deal with P. Diddy's record label of her life. And he also took complete control.
I don't know what happened. The whole thing went away. Mm, this is crazy. I just wanted to end with this.
He even got her hooked on different.
Let me get my. Let me make sure this is the one I want. Damn. Here it is.
Look at your neighbor and say she finna bring it tonight. Not too long ago, the R&B singer slash ex-girlfriend of P. Diddy, Cassie. Cassie sued P. Diddy in federal court. Cassie said that P. Diddy, he sex trafficked her. He sexually battered her. He sexually assaulted her, etc. The list goes on. And she went on to say that after she signed a deal with P. Diddy's record label, that he took complete control of her life. And he also took complete control over her apartment where she was living, her car where she was driving, the way that she dressed, her clothing, and even her medical records.
Her medical records.
He even wanted to know what type of diseases she had.
Wow.
Type of sicknesses she had. Cassie even said that P. Diddy even got her hooked on different drugs. And not too long ago, it was another woman that claimed that P. Diddy drugged her as well. And sexually assaulted her as well. She said that she was also a victim of revenge porn. Now, folks ask me, and they say, so, madam, do you believe what Cassie and this other woman is saying about P. Diddy? I said, what ancestors done showed you on that right there? And I got to say it like this. Hail to the Jessica. I believe what Cassie and the other woman is saying about P. Diddy. And then sister said that P. Diddy, he trying to walk around this picture and act just like his daddy. You don't know who his daddy is? Go do some research on his daddy. And sister said P. Diddy trying to follow in his daddy's footsteps. Trying to be a pimp, a hustler, a gangster. And then sister said the game / the industry that turned P. Diddy ass out a long time ago. Once P. Diddy start getting his fame and fortune and things of that nature, it started going to his head, y'all. P. Diddy went to the industry slave master. And he said, Master, if you let me in the game, he said, I'll be the best player that you got in the game. I can bring you the most blood sacrifices, and I can bring you the most lost souls of different people. And these different people, they will be down with the satanic agenda. All you got to do is let me play the game. That's what P. Diddy said. P. Diddy said, all I ask for is the biggest stacks of money, the most corrupt type of power that you can give me, and to live like a king. King Combs. That's what he said. And the industry slave master said, okay, sign the blood contract, and we can get it going for you. And P. Diddy signed the blood contract. And the industry slave master, he said, okay, we are where we got him now. But one thing I want you to know, P. Diddy, that when it's time for us to come back, we're going to come back and we're going to collect. Somebody say collect what? Collect your soul. Catch that on flick. When you look at P. Diddy, my people, what you must understand is that P. Diddy has been taken over. This is how ancestors gave it to me. P. Diddy been taken over by a nasty Illuminati demon. That's what ancestors said. And that demon / spirit was able to enter in P. Diddy's body from all those sexual rituals that he took part in.
I believe that.
Participated in. That's how they came in. And other different ways that they came in. And sister said that P. Diddy is a slave for the industry. That's how they gave it to me. He's a slave for the industry. And anybody who been sleeping with P. Diddy or who's sleeping with him now, they need to hurry up and run and go get a spiritual cleansing. That rabbit hole go deeper. I'm going to keep it right there. Use your head. And sister, show me some more information about P. Diddy. Now, I ain't going to say too much, but I'm going to say enough. Kim Porter, and I'll be sure. They got a son named Quincy. Some of y'all know about Quincy. And when P. Diddy started dating Kim Porter, P. Diddy adopted her son Quincy in. Now, I got to say allegedly, but I'm telling you what ancestors gave me. And ancestors said folks would be surprised to find out what he secretly did to Quincy.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised.
Use your head. Ancestors said people would be surprised to know the heavy MK Ultra that's going on with that boy Quincy at a time such as this. And sister said that Quincy, he is terrified of P. Diddy. He's terrified to even say the things that he really want to say. Whatever P. Diddy tell Quincy to do, Quincy gonna do it, y'all. Especially what happened to his mom. They try to take him out. But I'm going to keep that right there. I digress. Told y'all I wasn't going to tarry here too long at all. Move on to the next. I'm going to play this clip of what P. Diddy's ex-bodyguard, you know what he had to say about P. Diddy. And then after I play this clip, we're going to speak on it a little bit.
Seen people pray over him, do sacrilegious things, and he goes to throw a dove, and the dove fall down to the ground. And I look at this, and I say to myself, this shit is bigger than...
So y'all done heard the clip for yourself. Okay? Now, in so many words, listen to me close. I said in so many words, what we just heard from P. Diddy's ex-bodyguard. What he was basically saying is that P. Diddy is involved in animal rituals, animal blood sacrifices. Most celebrities, when they want to get out of a court case, they will sacrifice an animal so they can get out of that court case.
And remember, in the Homeland Security report, inside his refrigerator, they found meat with people names on it. There it is, right there. When she said that animal sacrifice, the meat had people names on it. So he did whatever ritual. Yup.
Some celebrities, they would sacrifice an animal when they want to go higher in their career. These are rituals, y'all. That's what they are. Some rituals are used in a negative way, and some rituals are done in a positive way. I told you it's the way that you use it. Now I got to say allegedly, but sisters already revealed this to me, that P. Diddy get down with the satanic rituals.
That's a fact.
Rabbit hole go real rituals. He get down with the sex rituals.
Yeah.
Certain people that P. Diddy is having sex with, these satanic sexual rituals, half of them don't know that it's a dark ritual being done when he having sex with them.
Facts. Facts.
That rabbit hole go deeper, y'all.
Facts.
That's why I said that people who having sex with P. Diddy or who had sex with him, they need to hurry up and run and get a spiritual cleansing. These celebrities and different people know how to wear masks real good. But when you take that mask off, it might shock you on what you see.
Look at that.
Folks ask me, and they say, you know, what ancestor showed you about P. Diddy? I'm going to say this to y'all. P. Diddy going to be able to pay off a whole lot of people to keep them quiet. But when that spiritual karma hit, and it's going to come fast. I said when that spiritual karma hit, he ain't going to be able to pay that off. It's going to come like a thief in the night.
Mm-hmm.
Now just sit back and watch, and y'all be good.
Now, she said that over a year ago. I'm going to be back for part 2 because it's an hour and 20 minutes because it's going to be long. But I'm about to come right back. I'm going to go to the store and then I'm going to come right back. All right, I'll be right back, y'all. Like, share, subscribe. Please leave a comment. I don't understand why you can't hit the like button. When I go in anybody's room, first thing I do is hit the like button and help with the algorithm. Thank y'all, and I appreciate y'all's support for real. Thank you.